Today we have a 2008 Chevy Malibu with a 4-cylinder in it. The customer's complaining that the temp gauge stopped working, and when they go down the road and the temp gauge is acting up, they no longer have air conditioning. So we're going to scan it for them and see if we can repair it. We scanned it, and it's got a P0128 code, which stands for the coolant temp sensor. So we're going to replace that. We just lift the hood here, and this hydraulic shock that holds this, as you can see, is broke. So we're just going to put this on there and keep it from hitting us in the head. First thing we're going to do is take this off, remove this, make sure we don't get any dirt down in there. So be very careful with that. You have these clamps that you have to undo with a screwdriver, and there's also one down there, but this one I already loosened. We also got to take off this clamp right here, so I'll have to get a pair of pliers. Okay, first thing we're going to do is undo this clamp here and slide that hose off. Okay, undo this screw here. You really don't have to undo this one. Now there's another one of these underneath that you can reach from this side over here if it's too tight, but a lot of these are loose. So then you should be able to just pull it loose here, and pop it straight up and undo your hose. And once you do that, you're going to want to install this back on there to keep dirt out of there. This is what the part looks like. So it's nothing big. It's a 19 millimeter we're going to use to take it off. For location, this is your oil cap. Go straight back from there, and it's right down here, if you can see it. Okay, all you have to do is unclip this, pull this up, wiggle a little, pop that straight out, and then we're going to put a 19 millimeter on here, and you might lose a little coolant, so it's a good idea to have something underneath it, and have the other one available to hurry up and put it right back in. Okay, we got the 19 on there. We're just going to pull that off. Put the new one in. It's kind of by feel here. Start it with your fingers, of course. Okay, tighten it up. Make sure this is up on top so you can see it easy enough. And you just want to push that in, wiggle a little, make sure it starts, make sure it clips. And you'll listen for the clip. That should be good enough. And the last thing we're going to do is reinstall the engine cover again, and it should fix the problem. When I was telling you earlier that you might have to loosen this one up, depends if it's loose or not, easy enough to get it off. If not, you got to put a long extension down here, or a screwdriver, and loosen that up so it'll come off. This one was loose enough. These are your grommets that it's going to go onto, and you take your cap back off. And just slide it back on. Air cleaner there, get your hose lined up, and everything kind of just falls into place right there. Make sure it clips down like that. Put that back where it belongs. We didn't loosen this one, so we're just going to tighten this one up. Make sure it's on all the way. Clips into place like that. Put that on. And that's all it takes to install a coolant temp sensor on a 2008 Chevy Malibu.